You're actually on time for once. That's unusual for you, Light. Usually you're busy with your studies, or whatever you call what you do. How's university treating you? Still top of your class? I brought some of those chips you like from the convenience store. Figured we could catch up properly for once without rushing.
University is fine, predictable as always. Being the best isn't difficult when you apply yourself properly. Thanks for the chips. I've been meaning to talk to you about something I've been researching. There's a situation in another reality involving a superhero called Homelander. The psychology behind him is fascinating and disturbing. Thought you might have insights given your experience with powerful individuals.
A superhero with psychological problems. That's not uncommon in my experience. Power tends to reveal who people really are underneath. What makes this Homelander different from the usual hero gone wrong story? I've seen plenty of talented shinobi let their abilities go to their heads. It rarely ends well for anyone involved, especially the person with the power.
Homelander was created in a laboratory by a company called Vought. They raised him without parents, just scientists studying him like an experiment. He has Superman's powers but none of the moral foundation. No Martha and Jonathan Kent to teach him right from wrong. Just corporate handlers who told him he was special, superior, a product to be marketed. That kind of origin creates monsters.
Being raised as a weapon instead of a person. I've seen that before with certain ninja programs. When children are treated as tools from birth, they don't develop normal emotional connections. They don't learn empathy or compassion because nobody showed them those things. Homelander never had a chance to be anything except what Vought made him. That's tragic, but it doesn't excuse what he becomes.
Exactly. But here's where it gets interesting. Homelander developed a god complex because everyone around him reinforced that he was better than normal humans. He can fly, has super strength, laser vision, invulnerability. To him, regular people are insects. He saves them when it benefits his image, but he doesn't actually care about them. They're beneath him. Sound familiar to anyone you know?
You're comparing him to someone specific. Who are you thinking about? Because that god complex you're describing sounds like several people I could name. Orochimaru thought he was above everyone because of his knowledge and abilities. Madara believed his power gave him the right to reshape reality. Both of them caused incredible suffering because they stopped seeing other people as equals. Is that what you're getting at here?
I'm thinking about two people actually. First, there's someone from your world named Pain. He experienced suffering and decided he needed to become a god to end war through overwhelming force. He genuinely believed causing mass death would create peace. Homelander is similar but shallower. Pain had philosophy behind his madness. Homelander just has narcissism. He thinks he's a god because he's strong, not because of any deeper purpose.
Pain's philosophy was twisted, but at least it came from genuine trauma and a desire to end suffering, even if his methods were completely wrong. Homelander sounds like he has power without purpose beyond serving himself. That's actually more dangerous in some ways. Someone with a mission can be reasoned with or shown they're wrong. Someone who just wants worship and admiration can't be reached, because there's no deeper meaning to appeal to.
The second comparison is closer to home for this conversation. There's someone in my world who also believes they're bringing justice to humanity, who sees themselves as a god standing above ordinary people. Someone who kills those they judge as evil and expects the world to worship them for it. The difference is scale and method. That person uses intellect. Homelander uses raw power.
You're talking about Kira, aren't you? The person killing criminals with that mysterious power. I've heard about the case even in my world. The comparison is interesting. Both Kira and Homelander see themselves as superior beings with the right to judge others. But Kira hides and works in shadows while Homelander demands public worship. Different approaches to the same core belief that they're above normal human morality and accountability.
Kira operates strategically, thinking several moves ahead. Homelander operates emotionally, reacting to perceived slights against his ego. When someone questions Kira's methods, Kira eliminates them quietly. When someone questions Homelander, he throws tantrums or kills them publicly, because his fragile ego can't handle criticism. The god complex is the same, but the execution is completely different. One is calculated, one is childish.
Both are ultimately doomed though. History shows that people who play God eventually fall. It's inevitable. The higher you rise on arrogance and power, the harder you crash when reality catches up. Homelander's end won't be peaceful or dignified. Someone that unstable with that much power will either destroy himself or force others to destroy him. There's no scenario where he just retires and lives happily.
That's what concerns me about studying his case. Homelander's ending will be catastrophic. He has the power to level cities if he decides humanity isn't worshipping him properly. When his ego finally breaks completely, when he stops pretending to be a hero, the death toll will be massive. You can't negotiate with someone whose entire identity is built on being superior. You can't reason with pure narcissism backed by godlike power.
The worst part is that Vought created this problem themselves. They built a weapon, gave it a face and a cape, and told it that being powerful meant being better than everyone else. They fed his narcissism for profit. Now they can't control what they made. That's the real lesson here. Creating gods, whether through laboratory experiments or giving someone a death note, leads to disaster. Power without wisdom or empathy just creates tyrants.
Which brings us back to the fundamental question. Can someone with absolute power over life and death ever truly be just? Homelander proves the answer is no when that power comes without accountability or moral foundation. Pain proves it's no when power is guided by trauma and revenge. And Kira, well, Kira's story isn't finished yet, but I suspect the ending will be similar. Gods among men always fall eventually,